get back in? Or no? Can you get in? Huh. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing. Let's figure out what to do with the loose chicken. Let's see if we can. So the owner is aware. Yeah. Come on, we're gonna try to run him to the opening so he goes back in. Keep going.
Okay, come on. Don't go past, dumbass.
He went past the opening. All right, we'll get ahead of him this way. It's gonna work, people, eventually. Oh.
Come on. They'll come back.
Well, we didn't quite get the chicken back into the chicken yard, but I'm not going anywhere real quick. Eventually, maybe the chicken will fly over the fence or whatever. But yeah, today, you wouldn't be able to tell by standing here, but today is very, very windy. Windier than what it seems like on my audio, because the wind is hitting the camera right now. It has been blowing over 22 for the most part today. We have gale warnings. We have severe weather possible for tonight. That means tornadoes and horrendous thunderstorms and stuff like that are possible tonight, but not right now. But most people wouldn't fish a day like this because they're like, man, it's blowing over 20. I don't want to fish that. But there are places where you can go fish that are out of the wind. It's not going to be that bad. You just got to know where to go. It might be an extreme day, but we are definitely not at an extreme spot. Look how fairly calm it is. But if you look up that way, I don't know if you can tell or not, the wind is on the canal up that way, but here at this corner, it's a little sheltered from it. I had to go to the post office, that's real close to here, so we just decided we would fish this. We're going to do some traditional perch jerking and get out because it could start raining in a couple hours and I don't want to stay here absolutely up until that moment. Yeah, you're right. We're going to drop shot a red worm. That's what I mean by perch jerking. I did bring another rod for jigs, but I'm feeling the worm today. I haven't done a straight up red worm session in a while. Might keep a few for bait, but I don't know if we're going to get a chance to hit the river. That's what I would like to do. This is an iffy looking weekend rolling up on us. It's Mardi Gras weekend. Doesn't matter to me that it's Mardi Gras weekend, but it means I will not be going across the river because of traffic and other chaos. However, this weekend's weather is looking horrible. This might be the best time up until Sunday to do some fishing. First things first, I'm going to try down this grate in the back of the culvert. The culvert's running up under the ground underneath us. Might be bigger fish back here. Might end up getting who knows what. Turtles, bass. There we go. That was not a very strong bite, but we got him. Looks like it's going to be a little bluegill, but big enough for bait. Maybe we'll keep just maybe 2 to 4 of these for bait in case there's a window of opportunity to hit the river. See if we can get some early cats. It is late February. Well, mid to late February, whatever you want to call it. Technically, I guess you could still call it mid-February. But after Fat Tuesday, it's definitely going to be late February. Today's the 16th. Let's see if we can get something big from in there, and then we'll try another option here. It's only a size 6 Aberdeen. Whoa, I was watching the chicken and something hit. This is bigger. It's stuck too, not too bad. It's a nice red ear. Look at that. Wow, I wonder if there's a bunch of red ears. Sometimes the red ears come in here really thick. They'll come up this little ditch, just spawn. We're in that time of year where they should start doing that. These are fun to catch on jigs. I have the right jig tied on for this, so if we get a bunch more of these, maybe we could switch to the jig and have some fun. I don't know. The possibility is there. It's not too early, not too late. It's like mid-afternoon, after 3. Okay, there we go. It took about a minute. It's another bluegill. That is a decent bait size one right there. There you go. This feels nice. Not too heavy, but it hit really heavy. Oh, it's what you don't want. It's a cichlid. They make horrible catfish bait. Not a bloody fish. Not an oily fish either. There you go. Hopefully it's not a cichlid. This is heavy. Oh, yeah, that's the second red ear right there. I was planning on switching to the jig after 4 fish, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, I was dropping the worm back down there. We got 4 fish, I mean, as in 4 fish in the cooler. Yay, another bluegill. Back to the worm, because one bite on the jig and then time passes. I got absolutely bored. So, ooh, there was a hit right off. Sometimes this spot is more for the worm than anything else. I've caught on jigs here before, but not very often. Just periodically get something on a jig. This is a decent fish coming up. I wonder if it's a cichlid because it's so big. And it is. Big hefty cichlid. There you go. That took a second longer than I thought it would, but something big again. Is that gonna be a cichlid? It's good size. Let's get it out. Yep, another cichlid. I did a video, I don't know, a few months ago or several months ago. May have been, I believe it was last year, right? And it was a video where I was catching cichlids, and someone said in the comments, and I did not reply, someone said those are not cichlids, those are all panfish. I think when they hear the word cichlid, they think a different cichlid. This is a Rio Grande cichlid. We call them cichlids all the time, but really there are many different kinds of cichlids, and this is just one kind, a Rio Grande cichlid. Got in our waters probably because of aquarium dumping, because it is a popular cichlid in the aquarium trade. Well guys, I got really bored here. How about we go to another spot that's out of the wind that looks similar to this, but it's just not this spot, because we have a little bit of light left. Come on. I might even treat you to just how powerful the wind is today. What you hear, and as far as wind on the audio right now, is nothing. Oh, and I wanted to mention, the other day I saw a comment, someone asking if I wanted a puppy, a pit terrier puppy. If you're going to appeal to the dog rescue side of me, you might rather just send me a message on Instagram or my email. You can find my email on the what about section of my, the about section of the channel page. Email's listed there. So yeah, I'm not interested in another dog. I have 2. I'm fine with 2, but I do know people who might be interested. I have rehomed dogs before. I do sometimes rescue dogs, but I do not want a 3rd dog. Currently our wind speed here is at 17. Doesn't feel like that in this neighborhood because there's so many wind breaks in here. But once you get out away from here in an open area such as the river or some other places, it feels like you're in a wind tunnel. All right, here we are at another perch spot. Well, it's all kinds of spots, right? But it's got underground options. I don't know if we'll go with that because that does not look too pretty down there. But yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned, but yes, the chicken went back in the yard. It might behoove me to drop the jig size down, but I don't want to, because there could be interesting things to catch here that would rather go for a bigger jig, especially that one. This might be a short-lived little bit of fishing too, because we're Oh, there we go. There was a takedown right there. Yeah, something small. Probably we'll see a lot of that before we get a hook up, because there's a lot of small, usually seems to be a lot of small perch here. I have caught with this size jig, but yeah, this might be short-lived fishing at this spot. We're getting later in the evening. However, the rain is now predicted to hit us at 8 tonight, not so much as 6 like earlier. Let's see if we get an instant hit right there. So the reason why this might be short-lived is because they could just start pumping any second. They usually preemptively pump when there's a bunch of severe weather coming, and they'll drop the levels of the whole drainage system, including the bayou that serves as a drainage canal here, because the pumping stations are all pretty much on this bayou except for this little sub one here. Do you see something wrong with this picture? There's my float, and blowing in the wind is the end of my line, about right there somewhere. Smaller jig, smaller bait, smaller cork. Oh, where is my cork? It's still down there. I don't know if we're gonna get it back. I don't have a way to get it. There we go. Getting a hit right off. Gotcha, finally. Whoa, and there you go, back in the drink. I'm running out of time. I was getting hits on the big jig, the little jig, repeatedly. Then all of a sudden, I just wasn't. We're running out of time. We're losing light. Wind is getting rough. Should be able to catch something here on the worm. Hopefully it's not a turtle. There's quite a few turtles, very active. That wind is starting to get on us too. It's not super bad yet, but can always get bad. There we go. That's what we needed. Feels like there's some kind of back current going into there. The float that I lost earlier, which is a shame, has already got sucked up in there. I think that has a lot to do with the wind. They're not pumping, and if they were pumping, it wouldn't be going that way. Gotcha. Oh, what do we got? Ho ho ho! Look at that, all fired up. See his breast? It's bigger than I thought we were going to get out of here right now. It's funny how, start with the jig, it was productive, sort of. You know, it was getting a lot of bites, and then it wasn't. Here we go. Whoa, another bigger than expected gill. Where there's little ones, there's got to be big ones, right? Nice looking too, eh? Yeah, you're right, you can go back. All right guys, not much of a video, I know, but let me tell you, it's fun sometimes just to break down, catch some perch, chill out. Yeah, you're right, especially on a day like this when there's not that much going on as far as fishing, because a lot of spots are just blown out by this wind. It's a lot. It went over 20 for many hours, and it's about to go back over 20. It's getting blustery right now. Temperature is dropping. This is a front that's coming through, a little bit of it tonight, and then it'll get worse. Like I think the low tomorrow night's going to be in the 30s. So yeah, yo-yo weather again. All right guys, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.